I joined AnalytixLabs in 2015. In terms of the analytics training institutes, it was one of the best, and I think it was one of the well-known training institutes at that point in time. So yeah, once I completed my course from AnalytixLabs, the journey was pretty easy for me. Not pretty easy, but yeah, it was full of challenges, technical challenges, especially professionally. There were a lot of things that I had to face. But overall, I have approximately 8 to 8.5 years of experience in the data science space. After moving out in 2015 from AnalytixLabs, I started working with Cognition Analytics. So Cognition Analytics is actually it's a startup. At that point in time, it was a startup. Now it's a unicorn. And then I started wanted to make it bigger in consulting. So that's where I actually joined EY. So yeah, within EY, I was a part of their advisory department, which within that I was a part in the financial services advisory. Then I wanted to learn and deep dive, learn more about banking, explore more banking, create a domain expertise. That's where I joined HSBC, and then right now I'm working with Inductus and. With over here, I'm basically heading the fraud analytics for one of the clients that we have, right? So yes, that is me in a nutshell. So my domain was completely different from my analytics domain, which I was about to enter. And so yeah, I think first of all, I feel once you have the will to change, or once you have the will to challenge the status quo as to what you're doing right now, do you think you need to move to data analytics background or a new domain which is related to data? Then I think having a will to do that is very important. Assuming once you have that will to do, I feel that extensive study and research at that point in time is very important, because you're entering a new domain. You have to basically compete with people who might be sitting there in that domain for 5-7 years, right? So, and even if you're let's say what you were doing and what you will be doing is quite important once you have that understanding of the new domain like data science, and then you can add it on your resume as well, because you're eligible to justify that. No one would have a lot of questions on it, right? So we don't lose hope. Put in extra hours when you join. When you have the job, you're all set to start. Then initial 6 months you'll have to put in some extra effort, so be ready for that, right? So yeah. So there were a couple of projects that I actually did. So I think one of the projects that I would like to highlight was regarding invoice discounting. So why I actually like this project was because it was something which was not a part of the BFSI domain. So usually in banking you would see standard things happening like a marketing analytics or credit risk analytics. Or in insurance, you would see some fraud projects going on. But so basically, invoice discounting was something which was mainly a part of the supply chain management domain, right? So it is a very good case study if someone from the SCM chain wants to enter into the analytics. More recent more recent times, I've seen people working on this in the analytics domain. So yeah, so I think this was one project which was a bit different from the BFSI domain. Apart from that, I think I had joined EY in January 2018, right? So I had joined there as a consultant. So and immediately in February, I had to move to onshore for this project. And the problem there was basically no one in the team knew about profitability modeling, because at that point in time it was not a data science project that used to happen. It was more of a financial modeling thing, like how would a product behave in the next 10 15 months or 2-3 years down the line. So our objective was to convert that financial modeling project more to a data science modeling project, right? So we had to interact with the business and make basically give a perspective of how to look from a data point of you, that financial model. So no one in the team was experienced in doing that. So initially I had to do a lot of research because I never built profitability models for any bank before or any product before. So there was a lot of research going on, like how do banks actually do their, how do they make their products? How do they think if it's profitable or not? So after initial 2-3 months, we gave them the first cut of the model, and so on. In the next 6 months, we delivered everything. So in that journey, so I was directly working with my partner over there. So my senior manager was not very much involved, and I was directly working with the partner. And I think that is where I actually got recognized by him. And initially, I got the first Spotlight Award right when I was in the organization just for 3 months. And after 6 to 7 months, I got the second Spotlight Award. And apart from that, within that span, I got promoted after 7 months of joining the team, which was actually very rare to happen. So this is what my partner told, that usually people in EY don't get their promotions from a consultant to a senior consultant before 1 year or 1.5 years at least. So yeah, I think all of that risk, I would say, that I took initially, I could have said no to the project, but I actually saw that, okay, if I do this, no one in the team is doing this. This is what the problem is, that no one is picking it up. So I took that risk, and I think I definitely got rewarded for it 6 months, 8 months down the line. So yeah. I think as far as growth is concerned, for me, if I talk about my technical growth, if I talk about how I moved from an analyst role to AVP or the engagement level role right now, I think I wouldn't say it was by, I mean, all of a sudden I just grew in a couple of years. So I think it's a process that actually takes time, moving from an analyst role to a manager role, then to a team manager role, right? So I think the process will take its own time. But if I talk about financially, then definitely, first of all, if you're entering this domain and you do have some good knowledge with you, you have done your extensive background check, you've done your research on this, then I think definitely financially it is something which you can grow by leaps. I can definitely talk about my experience in analytics, the labs, and the thing that I still remember, all of it or most part of it, is one significant thing that, yeah, I definitely had a very good experience there. So first of all, they guided me in a very professional way that, okay, I have 2 years of experience, I have 3 years of experience. Out of all the plethora of courses that they have, they guided me in a very genuine way that, okay, based upon your experience, this is the best course for you. And for example, I did the business analytics course, which was data analytics plus the machine learning. So I think the way they look at the entire profile of the person, and then they suggest the best course, was something that really impressed me, and it worked 100% fine for me. What they told me was actually what I felt 1 year down the line, that yeah, it was a very good option for me, a mix of what suggested, right? So I think their suggestions of guiding the career path is very good. Apart from that, I think the technical faculty over there was extremely good. I gave almost 8-9 interviews, and they helped me score at least 4 or 5 interviews from their from AnalytixLabs. So I think their business connect post the completion of my course was very good. I really landed up into a lot of interviews via them, and yeah, I think that definitely tells about their good industry connect. And in terms of the faculty, in terms of the post training experience, yeah, so it was something which I will definitely highly recommend people to experience.